So how many minutes do I give you to do this question? Any question of forward contracts and money markets that you take more than 10 minutes, you are wrong about it. So forward contract should be yes or mar, 5 minutes at most. Even 5 is on the higher side. There's a time I saw somebody scribbling a question of money markets for like an hour. I was an invigilator that time. I was wondering, now this guy must be a fool. Yep. The question is here, Maureen. Determine amount receivable by this gentleman called Manotti in Kenya shillings using forward contracts. So according to Macharia, 50,000, it cannot be correct. Macharia, you keep for exam, you'll be straight away told return back to the sender. But we shall overcome. It's good you've tried, right? It's good you tried. So Consolata, 128 million. There is nothing that can also be further from the truth than that. That's quite wrong. So in the interest of time, I would have really loved, that's a very serious emoji Macharia you're putting there. So in the interest of time, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to do the question. The first thing that I should always do whenever I see anything is given in cents, even if I don't understand anything, whenever I see figures being given in cents, we don't work with them. We must divide them by 100. Anytime you see any figure given in cents, for us, you'll always divide it with what? Percent. Divided by 100. So you'll get like a great lady like Consolata Muhindi. She has a good idea, but because she never divided the 5 or the whatever by 100, she lost it. She lost it. At least 116 million, quite a lot of money like that. Now, the other thing, ladies and gentlemen, that you're supposed to do, remember, this is not an exchange rate. This is a discount. And in those videos, I told you something very, very important. I don't know whether there is anybody who was able to remember this. Is there somebody who was able to remember something like this? Is there somebody who was able to remember this concept here? Is there anybody who was able to remember this concept here of addis? Add discount. Add discount. Whenever you see discounts in forward contracts, you shall always add them. No, they're not answering me whether there is anybody who has ever heard of this concept anywhere. Is there anybody who has ever heard of this concept addis anywhere? Never. Okay. No. Addis. We shall always add. We shall always add. There must then be a video that you guys missed. There must be a video you missed. There must be a video you missed. Anytime, ladies and gentlemen, we talk of, look new here. You see, like now what Lily is telling us, add discount, subtract premium, add discount, subtract premium, add discount, subtract premium here. So anytime, like those of you guys who love football Adidas, whenever you see a discount in this context here or forward contracts, you shall always do what here, add the discount to be able to get the 6 months forward rate. So in this case here, 6 months forward rate. So first of all, give us the 6 months forward rate. So come here and they give us the 6 months forward rate. Give us the 6 months forward rate. So we are saying that you will add the discount here after you've divided. So take this 123 plus this. 123 plus 0.005 gives me what figure? 123 plus 0.005 gives me what figure? Abracadabra, I can see your answers. 123.05. And then we have 125 plus 0.08. So this has to be 125.08. Kenya shillings per who? Kenya shillings per dollar. Kenya shillings per dollar. From there, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a forward contract question between the two, I must decide which one is the buying rate and which one is the selling rate. I must shake my hand in an exam. Don't fear lifting up your hand somehow. Shake it nicely, but don't touch a neighbor. Don't touch a neighbor. It could be a harassment. Could be taken in as a harassment. Right? Right? So in this case, you always shake your hand towards your home currency. Manoti is a Kenyan. Manoti is a Kenyan. Manoti is a Kenyan. So Kenya shilling is his currency. So the home currency is the Kenya shilling. So the left figure, because you have left, right, left, right, left. The left figure becomes buy. So this becomes buy. And this becomes who? This becomes sell, like that. Buy versus sell. Buy versus sell. So are we together there? Are we together there? Buy versus sell. The home currency. The home currency. There is a day, actually it was this question of 𝗳𝗊𝗲𝗄𝗧. There was a euro. We had euros and the dollars in the question. So there was no Kenya currency. So a student called me after exams and told me, you know what, Mwalimu, I tried shaking her hand, but I could not see Kenya shilling. Come on, it was an error because I also never wanted to mess with her Christmas festivities. You see, the examiner will always define the residence of the investor, right? You'll be told that this investor here is a European, right? Right? From the bank's perspective. Remember, it is from the bank's perspective because it is the bank that has got a license to buy and sell currency. So it means that the bank will buy at this rate and sell at this rate. Good question. Thank you very much. Now from there, the second last step is the role of the bank. Could you kindly tell me what role? Could you kindly tell me what role will the bank play in this question? Because the bank is the intermediary. What role? What role? What role? Role of the bank. What role will the bank play? Thank you. Great. So remember, this is a receivable question. Receivable question. This is a receivable question. So when Manoti gets this particular money in dollars, it'll be paid in dollars. He'll run with this money, of course, in a briefcase. And like I saw this in social media the other day, a lady had taken a handbag and used in this case as some belt, isn't it? Tied it on herself. Because now Nairobi has become dangerous. You know that. So Paul Manoti will hide this thing in a briefcase, and I don't know where now he'll tie this briefcase on himself, right? And run with this briefcase to a bank. So he's the one who has got dollars. So the bank will buy these dollars from him. The bank will buy the dollars from him. Whenever it is a receivable, the bank buys. If I were you, I would have crammed it this way. Receivable, the bank buys. Receivable, the bank buys. Therefore, the bank will do what here? The bank will buy. The bank will buy the dollars. At what rate? Are you able to see the buying rate? This rate here. At 123.05 Kenya shillings per dollar. Kenya shillings per dollar. And then now go ahead and exchange. Go ahead and exchange. Don't follow Moru's acronym there. He'll mislead you. He'll mislead you. It could be working for him, but don't follow his acronym for now. I will give you his acronym next semester when he comes to teach with me here. So go ahead and exchange. So when we are exchanging the last step, we are saying that 123.05 Kenya shillings equals $1. How about these dollars that this gentleman is going to receive? How about $1 million US? How about $1 million US? So when you cross multiply, you'll be able to see it will be 123. You'll be able to see it will be 123.05 million Kenya shillings. And the moment in this case here, Manoti gets this kind of money, that will be the end of him and me. In terms of learning AFM, you will never ever see him in AFM class. So it means that it is basically, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Why are we using the exchange rate to exchange, the buying rate to exchange? 6 months is given here already, 6 months discount. The 6 months discount, once you factor in the discount, you are getting 6 months forward rate. You're getting 6 months forward rate. Now, if, for example, you go to an exam and you're confused, like Elizabeth is still confused, why are we using this buying rate? If you're so much confused, please use both rates. Use both rates, because the examiner will always do what here, will always mark the correct one. But remember here, we have defined the role of the bank. Once you have known which one is the buying and which one is the selling rate, and then you know the role of the bank. This gentleman has been paid $1 million US. He's taking this money to, so the bank is buying. The bank is buying. And also you can recall it from this other rule of money markets, where we spoke about foreign boyfriend. Foreign boyfriend buys dinner. If you can remember, foreign boyfriend buys dinner. Where foreign boyfriend, this stands for foreign receipt. Anytime we talk of foreign receipt, we shall always be looking at what you're buying rate. Foreign receipt, always use buying rate. I have a question where you've calculated the forward rate, and you're also given forward rate in the question. Which one do we use to get the forward contract, like in the question given in May 2017? May 2017. Remember the rate you have used. The rate you have calculated is the rate you use, not the one given in the exam. The rate you have calculated is the one that you use. Gladys Matara is asking, at what rate do we, at what point do we prorate? At what point do we prorate here? At what point do we prorate? We prorate when we are talking of money markets. Let me show you what this lady is asking. Now, assuming in this case here, Manoti says this money is small, is little for him, and he thinks of going to hedge in money markets, then what will happen is that he will be given interest rates in the two countries. So he's given two interest rates. So we have here Kenya, and then we have USA, because of the Kenya shilling and the dollar. So USA interest rate is about 6%. Kenya is a useless country. Interest rate must be very high, 14% per annum. So then we are required here from the same question, we are required here to determine amount receivable, amount receivable. If Manoti goes ahead to hedge in money markets here, determine the amount receivable if Manoti goes ahead to hedge in money market. If he goes ahead to hedge in money market. Great. So now we have forgotten about this. I love money market because money market, we don't use this 6 months, whatever. Money market, we shall always use which exchange rate. In money market, which exchange rate do we always use? In money market, spot. So I don't even need now this. In money market, if I were you, I would have written in my mother tongue that in money market, we always use what here? The spot exchange rate. Spot exchange rate. Please write that somewhere there in your mother tongue. Unfortunately, most of us do not know money market. What I'll do, I'll come and draw a table. Even if you understand nothing, draw a table here. This will really help me. Draw a table there. Now, money market, we have got 2 rules. Are you able to remember the 2 rules of money markets? Are you able to remember those 2 rules of money markets? Are you able to remember those 2 rules of money market? We have got 2 rules of money markets. Which rules are those? Which rules are those? The money market rules. The money market rules. The money market rules. Money market rules. Money market rules are here. We have money market rules. Money market rules. We have number 1. Number 1, we have a foreign boyfriend buys dinner. Foreign boyfriend buys dinner. A local boyfriend will not buy dinner. Local boyfriends, yeah, most of them wanakula pesa ya mama. Nakula pesa ya mama sana. So in this case here, we have here foreign payment, borrow, local. The bank sells. Please write this. If this is the first time you're hearing about this, write this in full. Foreign boyfriend. No. It's supposed to be foreign receipt, borrow foreign. Foreign receipt, borrow foreign, bank buys. Foreign receipt, borrow foreign, bank buys. Foreign payment, borrow local, bank sells. Bank sells, bank sells, bank sells, bank sells. So in this particular rule, in this particular case, I mean, which rule are we going to use? Which rule are we going to use? Which rule are we going to use? It's a receipt question. Manoti is receiving. So it's a receipt question. So rule number 1, since Manoti is expecting to receive foreign currency, then rule number 1 will be applied. Rule number 1 will be applied. The boyfriend, yes. Foreign boyfriend, yes. Foreign boyfriend, yes. So rule number 1 will be applied. So if we're applying rule number 1, could you kindly just go on top of this and write borrow foreign? Kwa hiyo mguu ya kwanza unasema borrow foreign. Unaandika hapo unasema borrow foreign. And the foreign currency in this particular case is which one? The foreign currency in this particular case. So utasikia mnavuta mruka from ambakwambia ti Kuwait dinar. Kuwait dinar. Na hapa tuna Kuwait. Hapa tuko na currency mbili. Tuko na Kenya shilling na dollar. Kenya shilling manoti ni Mkenya. So in this case here, the foreign will be the dollar. So in this case here, borrow foreign, which is the dollar there. Borrow foreign, which is the dollar there. Borrow foreign, which is the dollar. And then now this gentleman will come and invest. Invest now in the other currency. So invest Kenya shilling now. Invest Kenya shilling now. The other thing that I will think about very fast, you've told me, Mwalimu, use foreign boyfriend. Foreign boyfriend and the bank buys. The bank buys. And you guys have given me the spot rate. Remember, you gave me the spot. Remember, you gave me the spot rate, 123 to 125. Kenya shillings per dollar. And I've been able to shake my hand. I've been able to shake my hand towards my home currency. Kenya shilling is on the left. Kenya shilling being on the left. So the left figure becomes buy, automatically buy. This is sell. And you've told me, rule number 1, foreign boyfriend buys. So we shall pick the buying spot rate. The buying spot rate and put here. So convert at spot. Convert at spot. And the spot here is 123 Kenya shillings per dollar. 123 Kenya shillings per dollar. Great. Sasa kutoka hapo umesema borrow dollar. Do you know the borrowing rate of the dollar? Do we know the borrowing? Do we know the interest rate of the dollar? Gladys is asking a very good question. Are we going to add the discount? No, nothing like discount here. Remember, money market, we always use, and you wrote this somewhere there, Mudhiani. Mudhiani, hukuandika na kikamba. Hukuandika na kikamba. Tulisema always money market, use the spot rate. Don't try to adjust it. Money market, we're using the spot rate. We're using the spot rate. We're using the spot rate. We're using the spot rate in money market. Are we together there? Great. Great, 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 great. Sawa, sawa. So then interest rate ya dollar ni mangapi? Interest rate ya dollar ni 6%. Interest rate ya dollar ni 6%. But now remember that this has to be time prorated. Remember we spoke over how many months? This entire arrangement, near how many months? Manot will be receiving this money in 6 months. So then this has to be time prorated by multiplying by that. Plus who? Plus something, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. I know the examiner knows that Aura loves this and he tries to avoid this concept, but this time round, you will not avoid it. I'm even surprised you guys are not reading this thing. You know, even when you are praying to your God, like there is this lady who sang like, please God, give me great eyes to see things real, to see good things. Nipe macho ya kuona sawa. Wewe pia unaomba Mungu akupatie macho, usikue offside. Usikue offside kwa exam. Usikue offside. Unajua kwa offside kuotea. Yaani uko exam imetoka huko. Hiyo ndio mambo unaomba kweli. Right? Right? We must know how to pray to our God. Right? That God, I'm busy, but I would want to, whatever I read, I should be able to see some things in this exam, in this exam, in this exam. There are things you're supposed. God bless my okay, so why are we adding this one here? We are adding this one because of the compounding. If you remember in high school, we used to say amount equals principal into 1 plus something. This one here. Where does take a mambo mengi? Ukishapata rate, umiprorate, sema plus 1. Somebody is telling me it's supposed to be 1.03. How about investing? Kenya shilling rate. Are you able to see the Kenya shilling is 14%? Kenya shilling is 14%. Kenya shilling is 14%. So we have here 14% times 6/12 plus 1. Times 6/12 plus 1, which gives me 1.07. Now I've done what I'm supposed to do. I'm only left with one thing. One thing. Is there somebody who is able to tell me what step am I left with? What step am I left with? Aha. I can see Lily saying shake a leg. No, that would be dancing, eh? Borrow. To feature pesa, isn't it? Feature pesa. So ni pesa ngapi? Ni $1 million US. So $1 million US. Utapata mwanafunzi akismile from nowhere. Amepata every other thing correct. Every other thing amepata correct. Lakini unameweka hapa $1 million US. Every other thing amepata correct. Ikusema ukweli, this must be Satan. Satan in this case is coming to ensure that this student again repeats this paper. I mean, we don't want to be victims of repeating this paper. No, we must pass. Because how can you put sheep and goat together or sheep and a hyena together? These are Kenya shillings and these are US dollars. They can never be on the same breath. So US dollars leg, you can see it is here. I'm supposed to come and hide this money underneath the table, but remember on the appropriate leg. So we have here $1 million US. It's also a disaster. So please don't put this here. No. Now from there, ladies and gentlemen, then our work is done. Our work is done, or rather, whatever work is left is clearly cut out for us. Is there somebody who is able to remember a simple step? When moving up, because I want to move this figure up to here. When moving up, what do? I divide. When moving up, I divide. So you say 1 million divided by 1.03. When moving up, you always divide. Don't ask me why. For now, cram. 1 million divide. Wow, I've never known Zoom has got a divide. Up, divide, down, multiply. Thanks. So what is 1 million divided by 1.03? Rounding off, according to Paul Macau, we have 970,873. 970,873 US dollar. Thank you very much. US dollar. Now, so from here to here, I can see an exchange rate in between. So here, conversion stage. So we have here the conversion stage, So we have here 123 Kenya shillings equals $1. How about 970, 873 US dollar? So here, of course, you cross multiply. It will become a lot of money, 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 a lot of money. Please put those comma separators. 119, 417. 119, 417. 119, 417. 379 Kenya shillings. Thank you very much. And then now we know free fall. From here down, what do we do? From here down, what do we do? From there down, what do we do? We multiply, isn't it? From here down, we multiply. So we multiply and I get 127. According to Wangare, 776, 699. Like that. Kenya shillings. Kenya shillings. Great. How did you know I was to say great, Moru? Seems you can even predict exams. Wrong, eh? Wrong. For some of these figures, wrong. 596. 596, eh? The last one here, 596. I don't know. I don't know. 596, okay. No, new 127. 127, okay. 6. You know, those are rounding off error, really. Rounding off error, so you should not fight. Whatever you get is correct. Whatever you get is correct. We don't use cents. We're not beggars. We don't use cents, yes. We don't use those cents. You use always whole numbers only. Whole numbers only. Now, can we extend the class? Musika Christine is asking whether we should extend the class. Can we extend the class? Can you extend the class? Up to what time? Up to what time? Up to what time? Up to 11? Then we need to take a break, right? We need to take a break. We need to take a break. We'll need to take a break. Kesho is Monday. Kesho is Monday. Jasper Limited is a company based in Nairobi, Kenya, which does business with whatever companies like that. So I can see their payments, they are due in 3 months, Kenya shillings 116,000. Receipts due in 3 months, Tanzania shillings 1970,000. Payments due in 6 months, 4470. Receipts due in 6 months, 1540. Exchange rates have been provided there. Sasa, nataka tuanze na money market. Tuanze na money market ya 6 months, oye. Tuanze na money market ya 6 months. Musika Christine hajaona. Tuanze na money market ya 6 months. Money market ya 6 months. Tuanze na money market 6 months. Aya, sasa hapa examine na 6 months amekuambia kuna payment na kuna receipt. Amekuambia kuna payment ya 6 months. Payment ya 6 months amesema ni T shillings 44,70,000. Na akakwambia receipt ya 6 months. Akasema receipt ya 6 months, receipt ya 6 months ni Tanzania shillings 1540. So kama hizi ni za 6 months na ni payment na receipt, we must match them. Net off. You can see what David is saying. Net off. So come and net off. So the net, give us a net. So net, always take receipts minus payments. So receipt is 1540,000 minus payment of 4470,000, which gives us how much? Somebody there. Which gives us how much? Somebody there. Which gives us how much? Somebody. 2930. 2930. 2930,000 Tanzania shillings. Yes, Tanzania shillings. So is it a net payment or a net receipt? Net payment or net receipt? It's negative, isn't it? If it's negative, it's a net payment. Woi, mlisema to extend the class hata mfuati, hata muoni niko wapi. Net payment, So because it's negative, so it's a net payment. So then if it's money market, which rule am I going to use if it's a payment? Which rule am I going to use? Oh yeah, to hedge this. Thank you very much. It is this rule 2. We shall use rule 2. Foreign payment, borrow local, bank sells. Bank sells. Bank sells. Thank you so much, bank sells. So are you able to see the spot rate? Because money markets, we don't use those discounts. Those discounts are hot airs. We don't use them. Are you able to see the spot? The question that this lady has sent here does not have spot. Does it have a spot rate? Does it have a spot rate? Does it have a spot rate? Yes. Yes. Imewekwa wapi? Ndio hii hapo chini. Yes, iko hapo chini. 17,106, 17,140. 17,106, 17,140 with decimals there. Tanzania shillings. Tanzania shillings to Kenya shillings. Ebu tingiza mkono, tingiza mkono, tingiza mkono, niambie buy ni gani? Tingiza mkono, niambie buy ni gani? Tingiza mkono, niambie buy ni gani? David hujatingiza mkono bado. Buy. Thank you very much. So kitingiza mkono, remember you've been told Jasper there is a Kenyan company. Jasper is a Kenyan company. So Kenya shilling upande on the right. So the right figure ndio hii hapa. Hii ndio buy, hii ni sell. So then in our money market, which rule are we, which figure are we going to use here between this and this? Which figure are we going to use? Which figure shall we use? Oh yeah. Which figure shall we use? Which figure shall we use? Selling, because of the rule. Umesema rule ni FPBL, the bank sells. So the bank sells at how much? At 17.106. 17.106 Tanzania shillings per Kenya shilling. Sasa ukishafika hapo kama uelewi, abracadabra, enda mbele, chora meza, chora meza, chora meza, chora meza. Chora meza sasa. Chora meza, unajua kuchora meza kweli? Chora meza. And how comes mnasahau hivi? Na vile unawapatia story mzuri mnacheka sana hapa. Nikakwambia for example hiyo meza ambayo unachora, if I remember very well what I told you guys. Unapata mwingine anachora meza, ataanza kuwekea mapambo hata kama kitambaa juu. Siku hizi kweli kuna mtu anaweka kitambaa kwa meza yake nyumbani. Yuko anaweka kitambaa kwa meza nyumbani kweli, ama hiyo kitu ilisha fashion? Hiyo inabamba kweli? Inabamba kweli? Inabamba kweli? Grandmother. Haibambi. So hapana weka hii kitu hapa. Unaona hii? Hapana weka hii kitu hapa hiyo. Wewe chora tu meza ya kawaida. Chora meza ya kawaida. Chora meza ya kawaida. So kutoka hapo najua hii mguu lazima niseme borrow. Hii mguu. Na hii lazima niseme always invest. Borrow and invest. Borrow and invest. Hata kama sielewi, umeandikia hapa borrow. Umeandikia hapa borrow. Borrow and then invest like that. Borrow. Vitambaa za uzi, ile miaka kitambo, yes. Borrow and, but now which currency am I going to borrow here? You guys have told me to use this rule. In a foreign payment, borrow local. Borrow local, isn't it? So we are borrowing, unaandika hapa kwa Kiswahili, borrow local. Now local currency, I can see somebody telling me Kenya shillings. Kenya shillings, yes. Na ukasema hapa invest. So ata invest nini? Ata invest US dollar. Ata invest US dollar. Ndiko wanafunzi wengine pia wanapenda US dollar sana. Wanapenda US dollar sana. Kuna two currencies. Tanzania shillings, thank you very much. Tanzania shillings like that. Tanzania shillings like that. Tanzania shillings like that. Na hapo ushajua exchange rate ya kutumia abracadabra. Exchange rate ya kutumia ushajua hapa. Convert, umeandikia namna hii. Convert at 17.106 Tanzania shillings per Kenya shilling. Now there is one thing this lady never did. Hakupiga picha question yote. Hata sasa sijui nitapata wapi interest rates oye. Masaa zimeisha. Interest rates tutapata wapi? Masaa zimeisha. Interest hata kuna interest rate. Umsiana hakumweka swali yote. Kuna mtu ameitwa Jerome. Jerome ametuma wrong one. Hebu tumeni interest rate. Tumeni interest rate haraka. Kama unafunza kwa interest rate kweli? Yeah, May 2016. Mkituma mnaniambia iko kwa group. Are you sure? Hebu tena tuma tena. Ngoja. Huyu ameandika kwa mkono. But you see, it's something. It's better than nothing, isn't it? Yeah. Interest rates. According to this gentleman, wamesema borrowing Kenya shilling. Haiwezi kuwa na borrowing Kenya shilling na lending Kenya shilling. Hiyo ni uongo. Hapo lazima imeandikwa tu borrowing and lending. Borrowing here, lending here, like that. Then we have Kenyan, and then we have Tanzania. So according to this gentleman, hapa ni 12.5%, hapa ni 9%, and then we have 9.5%, and then we have 6%. Can somebody confirm whether these figures are correct? Can somebody confirm whether those figures are correct? Thank you so much. So, umesema borrowing ni Kenya shilling na borrow, eh? So niambie hapo utachukua which rate? You're borrowing Kenyan 12.5, lending. We are not lending in Kenya. We are borrowing in Kenya. So here we are borrowing in Kenya at 12.5%. Times how many months are we talking about here? We chose to start with 6 months, isn't it? So times 6 over 12 plus who? Times 6 over 12 plus who? Now, when I shout like this, I'm so sure your family and friends normally get to see me from home. Do they take me to be a very serious teacher, really? Because at least you understand me. What about your spouses, your children? Do they take me to be a serious teacher? You're the best. We shall overcome, okay? So, my boy loves your voice. Great. So according to, you're the best. Thank you very much. So 10,625. Yes. Great. 10,625. Okay. Kila mtu afuata shughuli yake. He is watching with me. Great. Msalimie sana. Msalimie. Great. 1.0625. Sasa kuja hapa, here we're investing in Tanzania, isn't it? We're investing in abracadabra. Investing in Tanzania. So investing in, we are lending there. Tanzanian investment is 6%. So 6% times 6 over 12 plus 1. So what do we have there? Yes, even if it's full year, you must add 1. Low-hanging teacher, yes. So we have 1.03. So after that, now you bring the money in the question, which I've forgotten. How much was that? Was it 15? No. I've forgotten the figure. The net. I've forgotten the figure. The net amount to be hedged. Ilikuwa nakuja ngapi? The net 2930 Tanzania shillings, isn't it? 2930 Tanzania shillings. 2930 Tanzania shillings. 2930 Tanzania shillings. 2930 Tanzania. So naeka hapa kwa hii mguu. 2930,000 Tanzania shillings. So unaanza maneno. So up. What do you do up? What do we do up? Emily, we have seen you in video. You are very beautiful. You must be very careful when you are showing your video. We shall overcome. Be very careful. 930,000 divided by this. Itakuja ngapi? 28,44,660. 28,44,660 Tanzania shillings, like that. And then now move from here to here. to here. Do we have an exchange rate? Yes. So exchange rate, conversion stage. So the conversion stage, I have here 17.106 Tanzania shillings equals 1 Kenya shilling. How about this Tanzania shillings? 28.44.660 Tanzania shillings. So how about them? So utachukua this times this divided by this. So it's like you're dividing. We are taking this divided by this. What figure are we getting here, somebody? What figure are we getting here, somebody? According to Charity Muragori, Mwangangi, 166,296. 166,296. What here, somebody? Kenya shillings. Thank you very much. So now free fall down, what do we do? Free fall down, what do we do? Free fall down, what do we do? We multiply, isn't it? Free fall down, we multiply. We multiply. Free fall down, we multiply. So this times this figure, what are we getting there? What are we getting there? What are we getting there? According to Gordon Ware, anasema hii hakuna otek, no shida. 176,690 Tanzania shillings. No, Kenya shillings. Thank you very much. So now we are through with 6 months. Now we are through with 6 months. Now what should I do? Go home? What should I do next? Money markets 3 months. You can't combine durations. You can't combine durations. So now we go to money markets 3 months. Thank you very much. Money markets 3 months. Money markets 3 months. Money markets 3 months. Money markets 3 months. So hii kitu ya 3 months hapo tulisumbua watoto wa wenyewe. Oh yeah, sasa tunasumbuanga watoto wa wenyewe bure tu. Oh yeah. Sasa inakuja 3 months. Jamaa ameweka Kenya shilling na akaweka Tanzania shilling. Mtoto wa mwenyewe akatoanisha. Akasema hata hiyo ni net. To get forward contracts, we shall less the premiums from the spot rate. Yes, those premiums, whatever, we shall use them when we are using forward contract method. Money market method, we don't use those forwards. We don't use those premiums or discounts. Great. 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 So 3 months. So 3 months, what are you seeing there? Under 3 months, what I'm seeing there. Under 3 months, what I'm seeing here. Under 3 months, what I'm seeing here. Under 3 months, what I'm seeing here. Abracadabra. 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 Maswali yamekuja kwa wingi. Under 3 months, wamekuambia kuna payment. Wamekuambia kuna payment ya Kenya shillings 116,000. Na wakakuambia kwamba kuna receipt ya 1970,000 Tanzania shilling. Sasa hapa nilikuwa nakuambia, sasa hapa ndio wanafunzi wenyewe wanateseka kabisa. Wananyoroshwa kabisa. Unakuta amekuja hapa na kuandikia net off. Atasa amesema 1970 minus 116,000. Kutoka hapa na kupigia simu na kuambia mwalimu, kuja hapa, pata hiyo supu yako, kunywa polepole, tufunza mtihani ikikuja. Na Niki, what happened? Ati ni wachawi wa kutoka nyumbani kwe? Hakuna wachawi. How do you subtract Kenya shillings against Tanzania shillings? Are they compatible? And again, for example, I'm so sure hapa pata potea ndio. I'm so sure hapa sasa kila mwanafunzi hapa ni tajiri. Hapa kuna maskini. Hiyo ndio uzuri wangu. Tunafunza wanafunzi matajiri. Kwa mfuko mko na Kenya shillings. Ukiwa na Kenya shillings mahali umekaa, is there a day ushaifikiria kweli kuhedge against your home currency? Do we hedge against our home currency? Do we hedge against Kenya shillings? No. Hedging is a process of what here? Foreign currency. Foreign currency. So in this case here, a good student should have only hedged Tanzania shillings. So unapochora ile kitu yako namna hii, whatever, mahali utakuwa na Tanzania shillings, utakuja uweke whatever, kama itakuwa hivyo. Itakuja ikuwe hapa namna hii 1970,000. So hapa uwezi ukaanza kusubtract, Hawezi ukaanza kusubtract. Iko mwanafunzi kwa exam ange subtract. 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 Ningechange. Ngeza kwa mpigo right. Why not subtract? Is it possible you subtract unlike terms, honestly? Unlike terms. Atumepatiwa Tanzania shilling, tumepatiwa Kenya shilling, uanze kutoanisha. Is that proper really? Ama uanze kuwekanisha. Atumepatiwa, huyo mjamaa amekwambia, ati mimi niko na 20 pound, niko na 20 sterling pound, na niko na 100 Kenya shilling. Utaanza kusema ati pesa yote ni 120 woye. Could have converted? No. You can't do that. You can't do that. Can you convert fast? Why would you want to convert your Kenya? Why would you want to bother really? Why would you want to bother really to do what you to convert your home money that you already have in your home currency, or you expect somebody to pay you in home currency? We don't hedge against our currency. That is what you're supposed to know. And what if, for example, you are a Kenyan? What if, for example, you are a Kenyan here, and then you expect to pay, for example, US dollars 1,000 and Tanzania shillings 1970? Then you have to hedge this amount here because they're different currencies. You have to hedge them separately. So you cannot convert. You can't convert your home currency to foreign currency and then you start hedging. You'll make losses. You'll make losses. Nobody can convert home currency to foreign currency and then you start hedging. No, nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Instead of extending, although I don't also think it's wise, but instead of extending a class namna hiyo, maybe you can consider introducing an additional class, say, on Tuesday, even if it's a 1-hour class evening. Yeah, maybe you can consider doing that.